Jasmine Hyde.
Amy Rockach.
Ben Crofts.
And Michael Nguyen.
The first question is, in what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products?
Our media product is based on a social realism, and it develops the conventions of one by dealing with real issues like mental illness.
Yeah, I think we dealt with it because we did cover Beth's, who was our main character's OCD, so that's how it was quite real. It wasn't like kind of supposed to be a comedy or anything like that.
The inspiration came from like British films such as like Fish Tank and what was it?
This is England.
This is England, because it tackles real life situations, and this kind of like reflected on our own project.
Back to Ben's point about it wasn't meant to be comedy. It is almost it is dramatised though, because otherwise it wouldn't be interesting if it wasn't dramatised.
We did need a hook, so
Yeah.
we couldn't make it seem completely...
Yeah, whereas normally it wouldn't be so abrupt and dramatic. It would, if you're living the life of someone with OCD, then it's going to be a lot more boring than we've made it out to be. We're not trying to glamorise it.
We're not trying to like stereotype it.
We didn't
want
want to
show it a
overdo
different
it.
kind of point.
But we didn't want to make it seem like, oh, this is amazing.
Especially since it was a film opening, we really needed a good hook so people wanted to continue to watching on. But we didn't, as we've said, we didn't want to kind of downplay the OCD so much that no one wants to watch it anymore. But we don't want to over...
Yeah, we were almost going for a character introduction as well, a bit like Taxi Driver, because we wanted to introduce the character quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to like get straight into it because we just want to show what the film's actually about.
Yeah.
Well, it uses...
Well, it doesn't really... It goes against... It challenges a normal opening sequence convention, because in a normal one it's just developing space and location and character, whereas if in ours we're straight away getting in there and getting the... Well, we're still getting the location and the characters, but also getting the theme of OCD.
Yeah, a lot of films do that.
Well, not really, because, well, first 2 minutes, how do you don't really straight away get that, do you? You normally just get establishing shot and...
This is just like straight there, you don't have to plan your...
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
We only
Because
did have 2 minutes there, so we
It's
just...
kind of like
Yeah.
think of it like, because we based
But
it on
that's what I
Beth,
mean, like,
the
it's
family,
like,
isn't
you
it?
wouldn't normally have 2 minutes of that in a film. You'd have, like, just location, shots, and, like...
Straight into it.
We got straight into it, and we worked straight away with it.
Yeah.
Like, we want it to be quite snappy. Like, with Fish Tank, you don't have any messing around. You just... You almost don't really have an opening
You kind of like
sequence for that.
introduce the dilemma
It's
really
just-
quickly.
Yeah, Fish Tank,
Introduced
I
straight
think, pretty
away.
much breaks... They kind of made their own conventions out
Yeah.
there.
Well, yeah, because straight away the film, she's just dancing for like the first 2
Yeah,
minutes.
no, when you
You
first
don't-
watch it, you don't make sense of it, but then later on in the film, you're like, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact,
So-
straight away you think it's, well, those sort of more popular films, the whole Step Up and all of that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
because of the way she's dancing. Then she goes down to the girls and they're all dancing and she's
But
having
do you know
a
what I mean?
big
There's, like,
thing
no...
with her. So you think it's going to be a lot more popular than it actually
It's kind of like This Is
is.
England as well, that kind of develops, as the film goes on, you kind of... The
You kind of
storyline
understand.
develops,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the British social realism genre's got that kind of convention, really, in which they kind of develop as time goes on, but I think ours
It's almost
pretty
straight
much
away
straight...
set up.
Yeah.
that sort of makes that.
Obviously it will develop further, because not everyone made the connection straight away. Like, we could see in our feedback that not everyone
Well,
straight
that's
away
why
made
we
Yeah.
had to completely redo it,
but
because
still
no
not
one...
everyone could make the
got it.
connection. But, like, it would develop through more close-up
Yeah.
shots and stuff.
Obviously we use the conventions of our opening sequence by having like establishing shots and introducing characters and stuff. So that's pretty basic, just the sort of normal stuff.
I think...
And I think in terms of like whether an audience would recognise whether it was a film opening, I think they would recognise, because we've
Yeah,
got our
because of the
idents, the
voiceover.
titles.
We've got the music, we've got
Yeah.
like the voiceover, like introducing.
I think the voiceover introduction certainly, like,
You get the
straight
feel
away-
like that, it's
Yeah.
an opening.
Yeah, because you get
It's
that
not
quite
too
a lot.
like
Like
trailer,
in
like a
The
trailer.
Lovely Bones, you have that. So we sort of got that idea from there, didn't we? That
Yeah.
opens up with her doing
I
that.
think that all
Yeah.
that inspiration came from like British films or really
Yeah.
strong opening films.
Yeah.
I think the only thing with that is we did have in our feedback some people saying that they didn't get hooked they thought it was good, but they didn't really have the feeling.
Yeah,
of
but that's
wanting
just on
to see
general,
further.
like,
But
personal
It was kind of mixed,
it is
though.
choice, isn't it?
It is on personal choice, and also if we had time to develop the rest of the film,
You'd
then
have done so.
yeah.
That's right.
I think the way our film is, it's not really aimed at everyone. There's
No.
a specific kind of audience that's involved in it, so some people
But
will
if
get it,
it's
some
like-
people won't.
Hard-hitting reality, then not really like kids are going to understand it, are they?
Yeah.
Move on to the next question now, by the way.
Well, let's move on to the next
Yeah, but we
question.
need to